right, this weekend on the update, we're out here at Warren's 51st Annual Warren's Cran Fest going on. Talked with Jason Krautz, the village president. Jason, 51st year, but this might be one of the warmer weekends on history, right?
Yeah, good morning, Greg, and good morning, audience. It's Thursday morning before Cran Fest. Beautiful day, sun's out. Looks like the forecast should be that upper 70s, 80-ish mark. Probably, 5, 6, 7 years ago, we had well into the 90s all 3 days.
Correct.
It's not good for large events, so this is going to be perfect weather. It's going to be dry. Last year was pretty tough, rained all 3 days, so we're excited. It's easier for everybody when it's sunny and dry.
Jason, last year we talked, and at that point you told me there was over 200 new vendors here, new vendors. What does that look like in 2024?
You know, there's always a little bit of turnover, Greg, every year. Some vendors either can't make it back because of health reasons or they retire, and so there's always a little bit of turnover every year. I don't know the exact number of brand new vendors this year, but I know there's a lot that come every year. We've got that same, how many total miles of vendors throughout town, so bring your walking shoes. Most people say they can't get through it all in a day. If you really hustle and you don't stop at look at anything, you probably can.
For people not aware of it, in a typical weekend, there'll be a lot of people here, won't there?
Yes. So it's, we don't sell tickets at the street entrance of town, and so there's crowd estimators. We have flyovers to help with estimating the crowd and stuff like that. We'll typically, and especially this weekend, I'm sure over the 3 days we'll easily see 150,000 people. Nice weather just brings people out, and so one thing when you have that many people in a tighter, confined area, we always want to make sure that we're courteous and nice and stuff. And so sometimes it's hard. Like if people bring their dogs, they're part of their family and stuff like that. But we really recommend if you can leave your pets at home. It's easier because the pet's not used to a large environment, and if there's a lot of other dogs and stuff like that, of course they don't always get along. So we don't say absolutely not, you can't, but we just for the safety of everybody and just making things run smooth for walking traffic, we usually recommend that, to just leave your pet at home.
So as we normally do when you and I get done, we're going to walk around and talk to various people. As we wrap it up, Jason, Cran Fest 2024, 51st year. What's new this year? What jumps out? What haven't we seen before?
Okay, so I've got a list. I'm not going to tell you everything right now.
No, of course
touch
not.
Touch on those type of things, but a couple new little event type of things that are taking place. We've got some evening music for those that can stay awake into the evening, brand new. We have somebody, kind of a bigger name, that was runner-up at a national competition that's coming. There's some rides for the kids, some animal rides and stuff. We'll show you that later on here this morning. And we're ready to kick it off here, and we're excited this year.
And I was told you always have Green Bay Packers up there, former Packers. I was told Friday, Jerry Kramer, Saturday, Leroy Butler, and there may be another Packer or two that shows up, right?
There usually is some that just kind of pop in and say hi. So we usually get a couple every year, and that's always exciting because some of the people that remember them playing absolutely love to see it. And then you get some younger people that know them as a legend and can't wait to meet them. So yeah, there are always a few that show up, and that's always pretty. It's exciting to see what all different types of people traffic this event brings in.
All right, well, we're going to just wander around as we normally do, talk to people. Jason, appreciate your time.
All right, Greg, looking forward. Let's go for a walk.
All right, joining Jason right now is a brand new mayor, Paul Dwyer. Paul, we talked off the air. You haven't been to Cran Fest a lot, have you?
I have only been here to work in a food booth for the KCs. I came for that, and I went right back home.
All right, so you'll get educated today then.
Yes, I will.
Okay, Jason, what do you want to talk? What's in your mind right now?
All right, so we're on the Randy Gebhardt Marsh.
Correct.
Right on the edge of Warren's. It is, and if you pan over here, you can see the railroad tracks.
Mm-hmm.
We're right across the tracks. There's lots of signage. Everybody kind of knows the red walking bridge.
Right. Go across the bridge.
And there'll be lots of signage. You can come across the walking bridge, and then they've got a nice little tent set up here. And then behind you, Greg, is the actual marsh. And so a lot of people, they always see on TV the cranberries floating in water. So before harvest, this is what it looks like.
Okay. So is this something new, Jason?
No, we've had bus tours for years and years and years, and like every organization and event, volunteers are harder to get, and so we tried something new. I think last year was the first year we did the they call it the walking tour, and so some of the growers around the area will be here all weekend staffing. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The first 2 days, Friday, Saturday. Remember the hours there, Paul?
Tours are 8 to 3, Friday and Saturday, and Sunday 10 to 12.
So people come in, they get a chance, they can look around and see what an actual operating marsh looks like. There'll be equipment set up, they can ask questions, and then again, some of the growers will be here, and you know, you're talking to the farmer. They know it inside and out, and any question you can imagine, they got it covered. So it's, I think this is the second year that we're doing this, and it was a big success last year, and I don't know, especially again, nice weather. It should be a great weekend for it.
And it's a free tour.
Yes.
It costs you nothing.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah. So Mayor, are you a cranberry person or not?
Yes, I am.
You are, okay.
My wife makes a real good raw cranberry relish that we make year round, actually. We used to just do it during Thanksgiving, but we come to like it so much we make it year round now, and people that come to our house seem to enjoy it. So yeah, we are cranberry people.
So I guess the key to getting over here, Jason, is look for the bridge. You walk across the bridge and you can't miss it, right?
Right. Just for a general point of reference, right downtown, right in the middle of town, you've got the post office and the village hall.
Correct.
If you just round the corner a little bit on County O or Railroad Street, you're only about a block away from the red
easy to find
bridge that goes over the tracks. Yeah.
Okay, and the hours again are what?
Friday, Saturday, 8 to 3, and Sunday, 10 to noon.
That was the one line we gave the mayor, and he remembered it. We gave the mayor the line, and he remembered it. Good job, Paul.
There we go.
All right.
I can be trained.
All right, so where are we going from here, you think?
Jump in the cart. We'll go check it out.
All right, let's go. So we're at CranFest right now, and this is what they call the Warrens Mall. And in perspective, right across from the Warrens Mall is this building over here, which has all kinds of good things in it, and we're going to go look inside right now. All right, show choir out at CranFest. What project are you working on right now?
We're working on the balloon arch.
And the arch will be for what? For royalty, or what? What's the arch for? They didn't tell you that, did they?
No, they didn't.
Okay, but how many balloons are you thinking it's going to make the arch?
300.
300 balloons.
Yeah.
But how many do you think? You got to be close to 100 right now, right?
Probably 150. Okay, I'm going to 150.
Really big balloons in it. We want those for
Okay, so the show choir helping make the balloons for the arch, which is coming up over the weekend. What are the times? When's the show choir performing for people that want to know? When are you performing out here?
Every hour on the hour, Friday and Saturday.
Every hour on the hour, in your usual spot, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I didn't mean to bother you. Thank you. I'll let you get back. And your job is what?
To blow the balloons.
Okay. You're doing a great job. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Then, okay, we talked about the arch. What is it for now?
This is a balloon arch that we're going to offer a photo op for the international guests to come down here, take their picture, and then send it into CranFest so that we've got pictures of our international guests that come and visit us.
How many international guests do you anticipate?
I have no idea. Last year we had 52 countries, but we never know ahead of time.
Okay. And
we're glad to get all of them that we get.
And you're making 300 balloons. That's the goal? 300 balloons, I was told?
Probably more than that by the time they're done.
All right. And you do this every year? Is this an annual thing?
No, this is just international guests. We probably try to meet them once every 5 years.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's get back to work. All right, Mayor, also in this building, as people can see, all kinds of quilts. Now, are you a quilt guy? Are you into quilts?
No, but my wife is.
She is. So if she was here right now, what quilt would jump out that you'd really love to have?
I really don't know, but she's usually a person that likes vibrant colors, so I would probably pick like the red one over there.
Way over there, the red one.
Or this one, the second one. The first one from the end there, she'd probably take something like that. Anything to do with animals, horses, she's in on it. So.
Now, Jason, are these quilts judged, or what's the story here? Are they judged?
Yeah, so there's kind of a contest in this building.
Okay.
And,
so if I had the quilt in here, somebody will judge it.
Somebody will, and it's not me and it's not Paul, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So, and you know, the other interesting thing about this building, Greg, I was just in here 2 weeks ago. This is a storage building for Cranfest, so it's full of all the tables, the picnic tables you see on the grounds, all the steel garbage cans you see on the grounds. It's packed full, and a year's worth of dust has accumulated, and then all of a sudden it transforms into this.
Yeah.
And everybody you see in here is a volunteer, and that's what makes this whole organization work.
Switching gears here, I've got to ask out of curiosity because they're everywhere. How many porta potties do you have out here?
Most of the time, not enough.
Yeah. Because with the crowd you're anticipating, you have to have a lot of them, right?
You do, and it's, you know, it's a big expenditure, but you have a lot of people, and so you have to provide facilities, and they're spread out throughout the festival grounds. So
yeah, they are. Yes.
You know, you're generally a block away from needing something. So there's, I just know the semi-trailers come in and bring the porta potties. So however many fit on. And then, kind of along that topic too, in this building, if you turn around right behind you, Greg, this is for the mothers with the young ones. So we've got changing facilities in here. We're curtained off, Nancy, just like Vanna White here, So it's a spot for privacy, so they can take care of their youngins, and it's in the shade, and so it's a little cooler in here than in the bright sun.
So the easiest way to find this building, it's kind of right across from what they call the mini mart. The Warren's Mini Mall, or what they call it, the gas station, right?
Warren's Mall, it's a BP gas station
right across the street. Right across. Okay.
And then we're also in the shadow of the Cranberry Cafe. It used to be called the Cranberry Discovery Center.
Correct.
One new thing that, and I don't know if we'll get a chance to see this on camera, but they have a brand new museum in the basement. And
really?
There's artifacts and equipment and video, and it's all been new in this last year, and a lot of growers around the area donate things to make that just a top-notch display area. And there's a small nominal charge to view the museum, but if you're coming to the festival, always a good idea to check that out. But it's open year-round, so if you're coming into Warren's not on this weekend, feel free, stop at the Cranberry Cafe, check out the museum in the basement.
I had actually been down there, but what you telling me would look totally different? Is that what you're telling me?
It is, yeah. Wow. So for a lot of years, it was the same, and once you've seen it, okay, I've seen it, I don't need to see it again, but over the last year, it's all brand new.
Okay. Mayor, before we move on, you getting educated so far?
I am getting educated.
Anything?
Yep.
Okay, it's going to get better. Hang in there.
Yeah, we will.
All right. All right, Mayor, do you ever get lost?
Not too often.
Okay, well, if you do, Jason, this is the place to go, right?
Yep, correct. You are right in the center of town right now. This is, you got the village office.
Right over here.
You got this big red information booth.
Yeah.
But what people can really see is right across the street, you got the post office with the flagpole.
Of course. Okay. That helps.
So if you get lost, if you get separated, contact your parties or just show up at the flagpole by the post office. So you're right, it's the main intersection right on downtown Main Street here.
And there's nobody here now, but normally there's ladies that man this, correct?
Right. We've got 3 ladies, and I should know this stat of how many years they've volunteered, but they're here all weekend. So there's always a line here. People are coming up.
Yeah.
They want to know stuff, and the ladies in this booth know it.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
So I mean, there's maps in here, and they will. I mean, they're just going to help you out. So if you need to know something, they're going to help you out. And we've got let's see, Christy and Jody and Carol. Oh, and Carol. Those are those 3 ladies. Years and years, and there's one more. Shay often is, and I don't know what their schedule is, but they're fantastic. They're locals. They've been here. They grew up with Cranfest, and so they know it.
Okay.
So this is the place, if you need information, you stop here. And then there's also some of the CranFest sponsors.
Yeah.
And it's a good way, if you wonder, how does this volunteer organization work? And there's a cost to it. It costs over $500,000 for the operation of this festival to happen. And so that works through sponsors and booth fees and stuff like that. So anyway, this is the other big important thing, Paul, right behind us.
All the food vendors.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
several different ones, cream puffs, seafood, grilled, everything.
Yeah.
If it's food, it's here. So come and enjoy it.
There's one
Sample things that you didn't try before. Just have a blast.
There's one new one I heard, and they may have been here last year. I'm not sure. Cranberry mac and cheese.
Yep.
Really?
I've never had it, but
Cranberry mac and cheese.
I think I'm gonna have to try it.
Wow.
So,
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So again, right in the corner of Main Street, right downtown on food
And
booths.
again,
and there's some food
post
scattered
office
throughout
right
the
over
grounds
there.
as well.
Yep. So right across from the post office we are.
And as we tour, continue our tour, we'll touch on a couple other food spots on the other side of town as well.
Sounds good. Let's move on.
All right. It's unpacking.
We're down on Thursday and they're unloading. And just want to give you an idea of all the stuff that they have inside this vehicle, all kinds of different candies as they're unloading obviously down here Thursday before CranFest officially gets started. This is this group that has the candy getting set up down here now. Warren's CranFest 51st year going on this weekend, Friday through Sunday, and we're out here on Thursday to kind of give you an update on what to look for. All right, we're in front of the Warren's Elementary School. You look to my right, you see the school buses. Really this area behind us, Jason, once school gets out, it's just packed with vendors, isn't it?
If you want some good entertainment, just park your lawn chair on this corner.
Yeah.
You're right, because once those kids get out and the school buses take off, it's just a mad dash. The vendors move in fast, and there's always a couple good chuckles. So yeah, what you see behind us, open schoolyard right now, the front yard.
Yes.
And in 6 hours from now, it'll be covered in white tents.
Hard to believe, but yeah. And I was told that some of the money from CranFest actually goes to the school districts or the schools. Is that correct?
So, CranFest is a nonprofit organization, and so part of their mission is to give back. Like all good nonprofit organizations, that's what they do. So, part of their budget is to help organizations, help the school, and kind of with that is the school's PTO. They have a food booth.
Right.
I think it's in those red doors, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
They have done that in the past, and I think they've got cranberry fritters and coffee, I think is what they usually have there.
Cold drinks, fritters.
Cold drinks, yeah. So this weekend you're going to want that.
Okay.
Yep. And it supports the Warren's Elementary School, so it all goes to a good cause.
Mayor, I don't know if you knew this or not, this school is almost 85 years old, so it's older than you and I. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
It's the oldest school in the district. Now, where'd you go to elementary school in Toma?
I did not go to school in Toma.
But your kids did?
Yes, they did.
Okay, they didn't go to Warren's though, did they?
No, they did not.
Okay.
They went to St. Mary's Catholic School in Toma.
Okay, great memory. Yeah, good job.
Paul, you were talking about cold drinks here earlier with the PTO.
Yes.
I heard there's also a cold drink kitty corner across the street here.
Yep, they say that they got the best cranberry shakes in town. It's at the Grace Bible Church, and it's just kitty corner from the elementary school here.
All right, so you always said you're in the cranberries. Would you drink a cranberry shake?
I would try it.
You'd try it?
Absolutely.
You think you'd like it?
Probably.
Okay, all right.
If it's got ice cream in it.
Yeah, I've had those. They're awesome, and they go excellent washing down a cranberry brat.
Really?
Oh,
so
I forgot about the cranberry brats, yeah.
Right at Grace Bible Church.
Cranberry brats, I forgot about that, yeah.
Someone told us earlier, the amount of food vendors here, you can eat your way through CranFest.
Easily,
and
yeah.
so that's wisdom straight from Nancy. I mean, she knows.
She would know. Nancy
She knows.
would know. Yeah.
She knows where everything is here. So
I just want to know how she stays so thin if she's eating her way through.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No kidding.
Okay, a quick sidebar here. Years and years ago, I got to be a judge. It was in the elementary school gym here. They had a baking contest, and at that time, the governor's chef, Joe Dodge, and then Joey Raisin and I were the three judges for that. And it was some of the most amazing desserts I ever had. But I learned there's a limit.
Yeah.
And I crossed that limit on good food.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the day wasn't that much fun. So
There you go.
with any event, you know, try lots of stuff, try lots of food. A little bit of moderation is always important too.
Yes.
But it's lots of variety here. So enjoy all the food and the different, you know, just the things you can't normally get. So it's a great menu at this event.
All right, where are we going from here, you think?
Oh, you stay tuned here.
All right.
Ride the cart
keep
and
me
we'll
in
find out in a
suspense,
minute.
aren't you? Okay. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, Jason, where are we at now?
We're at the fire station. So the Town of Lincoln Fire Station is
Right behind you.
us.
Right over
You
there.
can see the big flagpoles here.
Yes.
We're on the corner of town. You're coming in from the interstate. So you're passing the cemetery. It's kind of the start of town on the festival on the southwest side of town. So as you're parking, you see the flagpoles. It's kind of the official start from this direction. And one of the things that we tried last year that was a big success, the street right behind you that starts at this corner, it's Oakwood Street and Hartwell, corner of the fire station.
Goes up this way. Okay.
Yep. So you can see the cemetery back there. And
Cemetery is over there. Yep. Yep.
so we've always had traffic trouble
Sure.
on this block of street from the fire station to Main Street. And so what they tried last year was a big success. They actually closed the street down starting at 7 a.m. on Friday morning through the weekend. And it made it eliminated the vehicle traffic because there's so much walking traffic. And so we eliminated a bunch of accidents is what happened. So from pedestrian safety, it's way better. So that's happening again this year. So if you're coming into town and you need to I'm on the wrong side of town, make those turns well before you get to Warren's. But fire department behind us, they play a couple key roles this weekend as well. They have food, and they have adult beverages, and of course soda, water as well. Local organization. Great to support them if you get a chance to be on this side of town. They've got a lot of activities here as well. Do you remember if it's Friday or Saturday night? It's Chris, if you've heard the name Chris Crozy.
Yes.
He was a runner-up on The
Yes.
Voice.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of music talent. He's going to be at the fire station. I'll come back to you. I can't remember if it's Friday night or Saturday
Correct.
night, but check out the Cranfest website. It's just cranfest.com. They've got all the events.
All of the
there.
events.
Yep. And Paul, we're talking about fire station.
Yep.
You're from Toma. I'm from Warren's.
Yep.
We try to help each other out.
Call it mutual aid.
Mutual aid. Yep.
Yep. That's where fire districts come together whenever there's a major catastrophe, a big fire. All the local departments from around have mutual aid. They come in and they help whichever department needs the help. And so when you think of the fire departments, think of them as a big family, because those people are brothers. So if you get a chance, come up there, support them, do what you need to do, have a beer, have food, whatever. Enjoy the music that's going to be there.
It's and we think about that mutual aid between the communities outside of this
Correct.
weekend.
Yes.
They play a role this weekend as well. So they're full department, first responders. When you get weather that starts to get warm, sometimes people have medical emergencies. Our first responders, they're part of helping that out. We also have Toma ambulance services on site, and so we hope nobody has to use it. but they're here in case we do.
So the music is Friday night.
This Friday
so
night.
if you want to mark that down on your calendar,
Yeah.
Friday night
Yeah.
is the night to be at the fire station.
Yes. We have some other music too happening this weekend. Bree Morgan is here.
Right.
Really.
So she's playing, I think, kind of throughout the weekend a little bit. So
I know I also talked to one of the show choir members, and we were over there, and on the weekend, just about every hour, they'll be performing also.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I think
Toma show choir.
Yeah, Bree is Friday and Saturday. Toma limited edition show choir. If you haven't seen that, it's fun. A group of high school kids. They work their tails off. They have great voices. Put on a fun show.
And they were national competition winners last year.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
right. They
were,
went to was it Kansas City or something like that?
They went to Branson.
Branson,
Okay.
Missouri.
So they're starting to get a name for themselves.
It's kind of a special deal because the two local schools, Sparta, got runner-up, and Toma took grand champion.
So they're here all weekend. We saw them earlier helping set up in the tin shed with the balloon arch and that in the international to welcome those guests. And they're running around all weekend. You know, they're learning to be volunteers, and so of course there's your next generation of help. And
that's correct.
And
train them young.
Exactly.
We also want to get a shout out to the Township of Lincoln Fire Department, because like Toma, they're all volunteers. So hey, thank these guys for being volunteers. That's huge, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It absolutely is. Yeah. It's called the Town Lincoln Fire Department, but it encompasses the surrounding townships and the Village of Warren. So there's like 6 entities, and there's 24 plus men and women that make up the volunteers, and I don't know, it's.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember how big that group of people is, but it's a big family, just like you said, Paul.
Yep. It's they all, you know, when tragedy happens, it don't matter. They just come together. They do their jobs. They do it professionally.
Yeah.
And they get it done. And people they just need to really take a look at them and support them, because it is exactly what we do for each other.
Yeah. That's what humanity is.
Exactly.
It should be there. So.
Mayor Toma doesn't need any more downtown fires, do we?
No, we do not. We've had our share, and
yeah.
I just hope that everything
yes.
quits and goes back to normal, and we get things cleaned up and back on the right track. So.
All right. Where are we going from here? I shouldn't ask you, because you're not going to tell me, Jason.
I'm not going to tell you. Wait till the film rolls again. We'll be at our next stop.
He will not tell me. We're going somewhere, though.
That's
all right. Thank you, guys.
Come along for the ride.
All right.
Yep.
And we just want to give you a shot of the outside of the Town of Lincoln Fire Department out here in Warrens, which we've been talking about a few moments ago. A lot of stuff going on out here this weekend, so check it out. All right, we're going to talk pancakes now, right, Jason?
That's right. So we're on the corner of, right across from the Cranberry Festival office.
Correct.
And St. Andrew's Catholic Church is here. It's part of the Queen of the Apostles Parish.
Right here? Yep.
Yep, Toma Warrens.
Okay.
They have done a pancake breakfast the year after Cranfest started as a fundraiser. So this is St. Andrew's 50th anniversary of pancake breakfast. And there's actually 2 parishioners, Jerry and Lorraine Schaller, that have volunteered every single one of those. This is their 50th year. Now, you know something about that too, I heard, in your family.
Oh yes, because my wife works this breakfast every year and has for probably 15, 20 years now.
Wow.
She's up here all 3 mornings, does what she has to do, and we usually donate the butter. And
thank you.
It's just a real good event, and it's a good fundraiser for the parish. So,
right. As we have kind of gone through the festival grounds, and we've got some more to come. We do find a lot of the local organizations that this is their event. This is their fundraising event. So it's important to support those. Behind us here, we got the sign. It shows hours, all 3 days.
Correct.
And it's very simple. If you're hungry, you go to the front steps.
Can't miss the church,
There's going to be volunteers right there helping you, get in through the line, and so it's all you can eat. and I've had a chance to help a couple years in the past, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's, you know, you meet a lot of people. Same thing, if you're volunteering, you better know stuff, because people ask you as they're going through the line.
So, and don't forget to try the cranberry syrup.
Oh yes. Okay, so there's a group of women that it's a closely guarded recipe that they make cranberry syrup. So if you want traditional maple syrup, Kickapoo Farms, or they're in the churchyard here. Wow. They have their maple syrup. They donate the maple syrup to the pancake breakfast, and then some of the ladies in the parish make the cranberry syrup. So special treat. Come check that out. Greg, let's go across the street here too. There's something that's interesting to check out.
Mayor, you a pancake guy?
Yes, I am.
What's your favorite kind of pancake?
Blueberries.
Really? Okay.
Oh, we're on the wrong weekend.
It's blueberries, but...
Oh, I guess we shouldn't have gone there, should we?
Yeah, well, you know,
it's a berry. That's good.
It's too late. I shouldn't have gone there. I'm sorry.
No.
All right. Well, it's too late now. All right.
You can't turn it around.
We're
okay.
We don't edit. No, we don't.
Yeah.
All right. Right, Jason, we're looking down this street behind us, right by the church right now. We're looking at it right now. The big thing is, there's nobody here, but that's going to change soon, isn't it?
Very soon, right. So what you see is some of the tents set up. So this whole week, around town, vendors are coming in and setting up their tents. Right along Pine Street here, between the Catholic Church and the Cranfest office. Pine Street goes up and over out to the ballpark and the Lions building and stuff. But farmers market, lots of food here. One of my favorites is right in the Cranfest office driveway. They make a cranberry jubilee. So it's, I guess, maybe kind of like a hot stirred relish over ice cream and stuff. That's a go-to for me every weekend. It's excellent. So you'll see that going throughout the weekend. Great big kettle. And it's kind of neat to see.
Which showed the kettle, but it's not here, right?
It's not set up yet. Yeah. So today is.
It'll come out tomorrow.
Today it's sort of quiet because a lot of the vendors have set up, and so you get your real far out of town ones that are trickling in yet. Tomorrow, if we're on this corner, solid people.
Unreal.
Yeah,
unreal.
It's just a complete transformation. So along the street, Pine Street, we got gas station going behind us. Yep. We got the ballpark and the Lions building.
This is the main office right over here. We're going in a moment.
So lots of farmers market, lots of food again along here. And again, like Nancy says, we can eat our way through this festival.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're a Jubilee guy, Mayor, or not?
I've never had one, but...
Oh, I bet you're going to have one tomorrow.
I bet I'll have one tomorrow.
That's right.
All right. I told you you're going to get educated today.
Yes, I am getting educated. I sure am. Yes.
All right, now we're going to go over and look at the maps, and that's going to be interesting. That'll educate you more.
Yes.
Let's go check.
All right, Mayor, we're going to show you, there's a map, world map behind us, United States over here. And basically all these pins you see in there where people come from. They come from all over, don't they, Jason?
It's one of the more interesting things for me because we've got our tiny little community of 544 people, I think is what the census has.
544?
And then you see this map.
Yeah.
And so we invite our guests. We were in the tin shed earlier where the international guests are specifically welcome. There's a map there. But in front of the Cranfest office, we've got the push pins. So I don't know, it's kind of bright, but if you zoom in here, Greg, you can see it. You know, we've got Greenland, we've got Iceland, and then,
Island.
I mean, look at how many pins are in Europe and Asia, and
of course it's the United States. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yes, very interesting.
Yeah, we got Australia. I mean,
they're everywhere.
Vietnam. They come from everywhere, and so it's kind of a neat attraction because people like to see if you listen throughout the weekend, a lot of times they'll announce countries that are represented. And on this side is the United States map.
Of course.
And so we usually get representation from everywhere, all the states, and it's just shocking to me. I mean, how far people travel, and we're on their tour stop, because they want to see what else is going on, and we're part of that. So
they visit here, they go back, and they talk to the people in their hometowns, their states, and then inevitably we get more people again because they take the information from here back and sparks the interest, and people say, you know, we want to try that.
Let's
we want to go
check
see
it out.
that.
Yeah. So, Paul, since we're in front of the Cranfest office, there's a contest every year that starts today.
Yes, it's called the Medallion Hunt. So each day I was explained that each day there's a clue put out, and they do that until the medallion is found.
So it starts today, Thursday. It runs all weekend, right?
All weekend, or until it's found.
Yeah. And it's usually it's in a safe spot. You don't have to climb trees. You don't have to break in and enter anywhere. You know, it's somewhere reachable and stuff. And I've never found it. I like listening to the clues, but
Jason, just between you and I, you know where it is, but you're not telling us, are
actually,
you? You don't.
I don't.
They don't. They won't tell you.
Nope, they don't trust me with that. So.
Wow. So if I find a medallion, which I probably won't, what did it get?
I should know that.
Yeah, I asked somebody that last year. They didn't know the answer either. So
I'm going to add that to my list of things to find out because I don't know that answer. But it's I don't know. It looks kind of like an Olympic medal. You know, it's a big medal with a red ribbon and stuff, and so. But I think it's bragging rights is the biggest part. All right, we got a couple more stops we're going to check out as we head up over the hill on Pine Street here.
Okay, before we do that, Mayor, let's switch gears for just a second.
Sure.
You were up bright and early today. Talk about downtown Tomah traffic. It was very noticeable, right?
Traffic was very noticeable. There was a lot heavier traffic flow than I've seen in early mornings when I leave to go to the shop. So Superior Avenue was bumper to bumper for all the while that I was driving it. So, and then even when I drove around the backside of the lake and came in from Peterbilt this morning, it was still full. So the people are moving in, and I think everybody's gearing up, getting excited to come here for Cranfest.
And you're talking early morning, right?
Yep, 4 a.m.
Well, obviously it doesn't surprise you, Jason, does it?
No, it doesn't. And that's it's one of the uncalculable stats, this event, because, you know, we're Warrens, we're part of Monroe County, Tomah's next door here. We know there's an enormous economic impact on, you know, a certain radius around this community. So, Paul, from Tomah, you just said you're seeing traffic uptick.
Absolutely.
What, from an economic standpoint, do businesses in Tomah, what do they see from this festival?
I think they, over the past years, from what I've noticed, is you'll see a lot of cars come into Tomah and they'll stop at the little shops on Superior, or they'll seek out the shops that are off on a side street. But the people leave here and on their way back towards the interstate or Tomah, or if they're not getting on the interstate and they're just going south or west, they always stop at all the little shops in Tomah.
Yep.
So Tomah really gets a lot of generated income out of.
How about like lodging and food?
Oh yeah, that too. All the businesses are busy. The hotels are full. So I don't know that you can get a room in Tomah right now. I think they're all full.
As I talk to vendors and shoppers that come here, it's interesting to see how far they traveled that day. And a lot of them, you know, they say they came from Eau Claire. I'm like, okay, that's not too bad an hour. They're like, no, that's where we found a room to stay. And they're from, you know, much farther away. Or they found a room to stay in La Crosse, Alaska, or Wisconsin Dells, or, you know, so an hour from Warren's, an hour radius around here for lodging, this festival has an impact.
Absolutely.
On, you know,
it generates a lot of revenue for municipalities, local villages, towns. It's a great and wonderful thing. People should just come and experience. I'm going to do it for the first time. So.
All
right.
Jason, I've been told a lot of vendors are here by Monday. Is that true?
Yes. So what happens is, the weekend before, you'll see a lot of the big units move in. The big food vendor, the big food trailers, and they're here on the weekend before because they need the biggest space to maneuver and stuff like that. So they start moving in the weekend before. Monday, Tuesday, you start seeing some of the other vendors. Wednesday's a big move-in day. I know we were setting up, personally, we were setting up some of our tents last night with a flashlight because it takes a lot of time to pull everything off here. And so today, people are starting to put some final touches on it. By about dinner time tonight, it's going to be a madhouse around here because all your last-minute traffic is going to pack into town to get their stuff set up because, doors open 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Anything to add, Mayor, before we move on?
Well, yeah, I just got the information. The medallion hunt, the prize is $100.
$100.
Okay. Now we know.
Okay.
So, yep.
Did you ask him what it was?
No.
Okay.
She's pretty stingy on that.
Okay. Okay. All right.
She won't divulge.
Okay. So it's $100.
Yes, $100.
All right. Well, let's move on. Again, I had no clue where we're going, but we're going somewhere, right?
Well, we're going to talk about some entertainment coming up here shortly.
All right. Sounds good. Let's move on. All right.
It's a mayoral photo.
Yep. There you go.
We got it?
Yep.
All right.
This is the huge chair they have out here. All right. Where are we at?
All right, so we just left the corner of the Cranfest office and St. Andrew's Catholic Church. We've come up over the hill on Pine Street, and we are kind of on the corner of Hayes, Pine, Gamble. Normally, right behind me, I would say we're at the community playground.
Correct.
The ballpark.
Which is over there.
It's getting a little hard to see that right now. So I should mention, Greg, the Warrens Area Park here, this playground, this whole land originally was donated by the Stuart and Faye Peterson family. And it has transformed over the years. The Lions have taken a big initiative, built a community building that's used for lots of events throughout the years. And then through donations from the Warrens Youth, from Cranfest, a couple other organizations, we have a top-notch park for the kids to play behind us. So you'll see that. We'll be very busy all weekend.
Sure.
But up front on the closer here, Mayor Dwyer and myself had a photo opportunity to be the cranberry cutout, and then large chair here.
Yeah, that's a big chair.
That every year. All weekend you're going to see people climbing in that thing for photo opportunities. That's kind of fun. To Paul's left here, there's a jail.
Yeah, jail, yeah.
So this is kind of something fun. And you will find people throughout the year that get arrested for having too much fun. I think there's a little banner on the side here if you want. Yeah, there it is. Arrested for having too much fun at Cranfest.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
So,
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Now, if you pan over a little bit to your left here, Craig, this is the corner of Gamble and Pine.
Right.
Okay, so we're down by the park, by the Lions building.
Right.
New this year, just off of this corner, you're going to see camel and pony rides. So I have never done either. I'm not sure if I will, but I will watch. And, I'm sure some of the kids are going to love having the opportunity to, because they might not ever see that. I think there's a petting zoo in this neighborhood too. So,
Where do you go on Amazon to find a camel, or where do you find them? I mean, the camels. Where would you find a camel? I mean, if I wanted one, I wouldn't know where to look.
They keep that secret from me as well.
Okay, but there's a camel coming.
There's a camel coming, yep. So we're kind of in a little bit of an entertainment area, if you will. There's a couple other things that don't necessarily happen just here. They're throughout the grounds, but have you ever seen stilt walkers? So there's a gentleman that walks throughout the festival ground on stilts.
Sure.
We also have another guy. He's named the Village Statue. So he's all in white. He is watched from throughout the grounds. There's another, what's his name? Hillbilly Bob. He has it started out as an antique car, but it is covered with collectibles, antiques, and fishing gear, and I mean, it looks like a rusty heap of junk. Is what it looks like, but it's an operational vehicle, and I can't tell you what year it is. I think it's from like the 30s or something like that. But it's you get sucked into looking at all the stuff that's on this car. So that's kind of a neat thing, and that he's you know, he can't drive throughout the grounds and stuff like that, but let's see, what else do we have that's in this neighborhood?
Anything new, Mayor, you're aware of or not?
I think we're about done. There's a somebody by the name of Jerry Kramer.
I've heard of that guy. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's going to be here, and Leroy Butler.
Oh yeah, he's the other one. So
yes.
They've traditionally been at the Warrens Mall gas station.
Yep.
So I'm assuming they're going to be at that same spot. That's, I don't know, for years and years we've had
correct.
Retired Packer players at
come.
that.
Yep.
And we always have a couple names that we know about, and then usually there's a couple more that just randomly show up. So we're never quite sure.
Yeah.
I know we had a couple of years ago, Donald Driver was here filming with Discover Wisconsin.
Remember that? Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be here filming again. Is it Friday and Saturday?
I think it's Friday and Saturday.
So they're here, and that's kind of neat. That's some good publicity. Last year, we had a new crew filming, Small Town Big Deal.
Yeah.
And so they were here throughout the weekend filming, and so they have, if you didn't get a chance, check that out, Small Town Big Deal. They have a spot on the Warrens Cranberry Festival, so that was kind of fun.
We really haven't touched on the parade. Anything going on with the parade in 2024? Should know about anything different?
So there's always something different with the parade.
Okay.
Starts 1 o'clock, I believe, on Sunday.
Correct.
It starts out, we kind of started on the other end of town by the cemetery, by the fire station. That's where the parade will start. Come down Main Street. There's going to be a flyover again.
Okay,
and
good.
so that has some very specific timing with, I think it's with our national anthem. We get a couple flyovers, so that will, hopefully it won't rock the grounds too hard. You know, I don't know how low they can go, but you will definitely know that they're here. And there's a, I think there's a little bit of a surprise during the parade, so if you want to know what that is, you have to be at the parade to find out.
It's a surprise, isn't it? Yeah.
That was leaked to me, and I was told in absolute secrecy that I can't tell what it is. Okay. So that's about the only secret that I know this weekend.
So I can't pay you off, is what you're telling me.
No.
You can't be bought.
I understand there's going to be a military band
yes.
in the parade, and it'll
awesome.
be by the review stand.
Okay, awesome.
So
they kind of kick it off, I think.
Check that out, yes.
Okay, so that's always a special treat, because that group of individuals, I mean, they are fine-tuned.
Absolutely.
And so
precision.
That's perfect.
And don't you normally have like honorary people you honor, like parade marshals, honorary people?
We do.
You know,
so we have
can
3
you share
parade
that with
marshals
us?
this year. Cody Copper is one.
Okay.
And then we have Vicky and Kurt Myers.
Okay.
So they've been part of the festival organization, volunteers for probably more years than I've been around. And so the festival tries to honor those kind of people.
Absolutely, makes sense, yeah.
That, you know, they've done things. They've done things to contribute, to volunteer, to be what a community is defined. You know, what,
correct.
And like, kind of like you mentioned earlier, just good general humanity.
Yep.
So yeah, those are our parade marshals for this year.
Okay, where do we go from here?
All right, this one I'll tell you because we're really close.
Okay.
We're going to wander down
all
to where the Lions Club sets up.
That's where we're going.
Yes, sir.
You're not lying to me, are you?
No.
All right.
Let's go for a walk.
We'll find out. All right. This is some of the blown glass that is out here. This is brand new. Very beautiful. This is over by the ballpark if you're looking for this stuff. Ballpark is right over here, and it's right across from the ballpark.
I love that green one. Oh my God.
All right, so we're at the Lions building right now, right?
Okay, Warrens Community Building. This is where the Lions set up. Greg, check out this banner way up by the light poles.
Yep.
Lions Club, local organization, fundraiser weekend. They make the absolute best butterfly pork sandwiches with some side fixins. You can get that for lunch all 3 days until they run out.
Really?
One thing different for them this year, they're only going to do lunches. They're not going to do the evening meals. So that's, you know, like we mentioned before, there's so many volunteers here, and it takes a lot of help to run everything. And so their specialty has been the lunch with those pork chop sandwiches, so that's what they're sticking with.
I don't know about you, Mayor. I'm getting hungry.
Me too. I keep talking about this food.
Yeah. Yes.
So the Lions also have, you can see next to the log building there, concession stands. They're set up here. You can get a variety of beverages at the Lions Club as well. So, you know, if you want something throughout the weekend, like with an alcoholic version, Lions Club, the fire station. And then when we came up over the hill, the Snowmobile Club has a wine garden. And so those will be the 3 spots in town. Of course, they're all fenced off, and you can't leave with an open beverage.
Makes sense, yeah.
So they, they want to keep those contained in those spots. But for those that want to sit down, relax a little bit, and enjoy something, those are the 3 spots around town to do that. And let's see, I'm trying to think what else happens behind here. Well, I guess you can see the sign behind you too, Hans Peterson Memorial Field. We just mentioned the Stuart and Faye Peterson that
they donated this land.
Yep, so they both passed. So Hans would have been Stuart's father, I believe, and so that's honored.
Sure.
He's honored in that fashion. So
very nice.
There's a family that has donated time, treasure, talent to this community over the years. And,
obviously.
And so, it's a great way to honor them. And so it's again, you can see as you sort of pan down this Pine Street here, Greg, it's Tent City. The vendors are setting up.
Absolutely.
And as you pan over to your left a little bit, you've got more and more tent vendors, and this street tomorrow morning is going to be lots of people.
Absolutely.
So again, you're going to see down in this area a lot of food options as well. You'll see some of the food trailers. I never had a deep fried pickle till a couple years ago, but you can get that here.
They're good.
Yep, funnel cakes. We saw those fried rosettes. We just passed that a minute ago. Again, I think I mentioned earlier, sample, but moderation, because there's so much good food.
There really isn't much you can. There's really not much you can't get here, right?
I don't know if they're back this year, but last year I think I tried a deep fried Oreo.
Wow.
I didn't know that was a thing, but I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And I know downtown too, they have, do you like cheesecake, Paul?
Oh, yes.
Oh, they have a chocolate covered cheesecake.
That's what I was going to ask you about that.
Oh,
yes.
That's, if you're not going to do any other food.
That's one of the few sweets that I like.
Yes,
you gotta,
I totally agree.
That one and the cranberry jubilee. If you can only have 2 things, that's what you better catch.
Okay.
So, but
now you see in your background here too that there's campers parked over there. There's camping for people, first come, first serve.
Right.
And I hear it's very cheap. So anybody who's got a camper and wants to come, check it out.
All right.
It's there for the taking.
It's right by the Lions building, which is right here, so very easy to find.
And generally they start moving in last weekend, and I haven't walked through those grounds yet to see if there's any openings, but historically by today they've been full. And a lot of them are vendors that they brought their camper, their wares inside, they set up, they've got a spot to go nice and close at the end of the day, and so we're on. So to get your bearings, we are on the northeast end of town. So if you just tell people I want to go by the Lions or by the ballpark, this is where we're at right now.
Easily, yes.
Yeah.
Very
All
good.
right.
All right. I'm not going to ask you where we're going because you're not going to tell me, are you? No.
I think we might have one more stop
Okay.
yet, so
all right.
we'll check it out.
Let's check it out.
All right.
All right, Jason, where are we at now?
All right, so we are in what is known as Burkholz Field.
Right.
Okay, so this is property Phyllis Burkholz used to own. She passed a number of years ago, and again, she was just one of those citizens that is all about volunteering, donating, and so she donated money to local organizations. Cranfest now owns this land, and if you pan the far back tree line, Greg, that's the backside of the Lions log building where we just were talking about the pork chop sandwiches. We're in Burkholtz Field now. I'll call it across the street, but it kind of shows you some of the depth of the vendors in this area. And as they're getting set up today, again tomorrow, just lots of people. And then, Greg, if you kind of pan to your left a little bit, you can see this wide open field.
Yeah.
You'll see American Berry cranberry processors way in the background there. This field is going to be parking, and they call it red balloon parking. So if you've got a map, there's parking throughout the grounds. There are indicated by a balloon. I think there's yellow, red, and blue balloon, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, I'll get a better shot in a moment. We should mention, though, people want to park in there cash, correct?
yes, have your money ready. Wherever you're going to park this weekend, have your money ready when you're pulling into that driveway, because parking comes in like a wide open fire hydrant.
Yeah.
And so efficiency is very important on getting cars off the street and into the lots. And because what happens is you've got all this traffic coming in like off the interstate.
Correct.
If things back up, the state patrol will shut the exit down. And that's really unfortunate for the people visiting our communities, because then they get rerouted all over the place. So that's one of the biggest things is when you're coming into any festival for that money, or for that matter, have your money ready when you're ready to park.
Have your money. Oh, you don't need. You got to pass, don't you?
I got to
Mayor?
pass.
Yeah, you don't need to have your money ready. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
So we got a little bit of time still to go out here at Cranfest 51st year, Mayor. So far, what really jumps out? What's impressed you the most so far?
The size and the magnitude of it is.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than people
Yeah,
think, isn't it?
I knew it was big, and I heard how big it was, but
Yeah.
just riding around today, and seeing everything, I had no idea it was this big. So
Yep.
the magnitude of it is awesome. I'm totally impressed. So.
Yeah, most people don't realize how big it is. Yeah.
I tell a lot of people, bring your walking shoes. Don't bring a lot of accessory things.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
If you can leave your pet at home or strollers or something.
Yeah.
And then make sure you bring something to carry. Backpacks are awesome. Throw your stuff in there because if you get weighted down with bags, that's
And
hard.
They widen you out, and you're going to be in a sea of people.
Yes.
And
yes.
I've heard the stories about how it's shoulder to shoulder, and you just kind of weave in and out of where you're going to get there, because it's people from one side to the other.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
And I hear that there's over 1,300 booths here.
That I wouldn't doubt. Yes. Well, you would know, right?
It's I can't tell you exactly, but 13 is that number, and so they're all over the place
Yes,
here.
yeah.
And we've got arts and crafts.
Yep.
We've got flea market.
There's no wasted space, is there?
No.
No.
So if you want to talk about wasted space or no wasted space, if you're walking around town, you see booths along the street. If you're able to catch a glimpse behind those booths, you're going to see somebody's house.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, that homeowner will let the vendor, park their van or their truck.
Use their front yard.
Yeah, or if they need to
makes
plug in.
sense.
So,
yeah, makes sense.
just about everybody in town, they welcome this because we were talking about economics. They understand what that does for the community, and so they really try to accompany the vendors. And if a vendor can get close to their tent, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's so helpful. So yeah, homeowners. I remember the very first time I came to a cranberry festival. My wife grew up here, and so it was right before we moved here. And I'm looking at booths and shopping, and then all of a sudden I'm walking by somebody's kitchen window.
Yeah.
And so you don't realize
Yeah.
it takes
Exactly,
over
yeah.
all the green space in town, and it's an amazing feat.
I hear the booths are scattered out across 3 miles
Yeah.
in the city in the village of Warrens.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big deal when you think about what a 3-mile stretch is. That's how many people can be, how many vendors can be fit into this, and it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Well, and when you think about it, the grounds we're on now on the northeast side here, years ago there didn't used to be vendor booths here. You know, that was over the hill, over the Pine Street Hill. They didn't have this, so you know, it's expanded in this, you know, in this area of the village limits, and so yeah, you probably can't get through all of it in a day.
That's what they say, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're able to, come all 3 days.
Sure. And I want to give you a much better look at the Burkholz field and this area right now where you see absolutely nothing. This is all parking, and this field this weekend with 51st Annual Warren's Cran Fest, believe it or not, will be full. And again, if you're planning on parking in the Burkholz field, please have cash ready. All right, we're out here at the 51st Annual Warren's Cran Fest going on this weekend. Jason, this is going to be our last stop, and where are we at right now?
Okay, we're on the northeast corner of town. We're on the corner of Grant and Main. So if you're coming from the northeast part of our community, you'll be coming in on Grant Street, also known as Highway EW. And so we're across the tracks, Paul. We're on the other side of the tracks.
We're on the other side of the tracks.
Right.
So the property behind me, it's called the Weatherby Stone Building, Key Time Motorsports. They build motorcycles, permanent year-round business here, service UTVs, all that kind of stuff. But what's really cool, there's this dirt hole behind me.
Yeah, I see that.
And it's going to transform here throughout the day. By tomorrow morning, when shoppers come, this is going to be a wading pool. So if you've ever seen those Ocean Spray commercials on TV in the past, the two gentlemen in the bog, cranberries are floating, they're in their waders.
Yep.
That's what that's going to look like. And so it's a perfect photo opportunity because if our guests get a chance to take the walking tour like we started our day with, and then you can come over here, they'll have cranberries floating in there, and you can, you
can wade through just like you're in the bog.
Just like you're in the bog, yep. And so it's, it's on a miniature scale, but because if you want to, see actual cranberry harvest, that doesn't happen in town. You have to go out, a few miles outside of town, and there's harvesting going on right now as we speak and stuff.
Mayor, have you ever wanted to wade in cranberries? Is that on your list?
It was never anything that was really up on the top of my list.
Okay.
But
Could it happen, you think?
I think it might happen.
Okay. But there is a cost involved, right?
There is. It's nominal.
Nominal,
most things is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
It's like $10 maybe or something like that. And we're gonna get a train coming.
That's fine.
Be careful all weekend. We have trains coming.
There's a train coming.
There's lots of fencing up.
Careful with trains.
So yeah, that's coming here.
Train right now.
I guess good time to wrap things up, Paul.
Yep.
I appreciate you coming to visit with us today.
Hey,
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Thank you
for all
for
our guests on the show. We hope you have a great time. We hope you learned a little bit with our tour, and if you get the opportunity, come on out.
Quickly, Jason, if they need more info, where do they go?
Say it again.
They need more info on CranFest, where do they go?
Go to CranFest website, cranfest.com.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
This is the wading pool that he was talking about. There'll be cranberries in this tomorrow, and you can wade in this water. So check it out. So on this portion of the community update, we're down here at Warren's on Thursday prior to the 51st Annual Warren's Cran Fest going on this weekend. We want to thank everybody that was nice enough to talk with us. We hope you enjoyed it on the network.